I've explained my thoughts on him before. I've never really enjoyed a full album from him, if I'm being honest. Didn't really care for Summertime '06. I appreciated I nearly said Big Bang Theory. Yeah, Vince Staples' Big Bang Theory. 10 out of 10. Big Fish Theory was a project that I really thought was forward thinking. It displayed a different side of hip hop that not many other artists in the game would even dare touch, to be honest. You know, having credits from like Sophie and artists that have more electronic production. It's just a sound that felt quite fresh and new in the game. I just thought it ended up being a little overall, kind of okay, some great tracks, but mostly just alright. So I'm just excited to see where he takes the sound though, because I feel like once he hones it in, he can craft a great album with that sound. So FM, it's not really an essential project. I mean, I think it's important to know that as well. He said this is just really for the fans until next year, and context surrounding this project should really make you look at it a bit differently. I think some people are going to be like, but why is he not doing the Big Fish Theory stuff? It's like, well, it's just not that kind of thing. He's pretty versatile, so just let him do what he's got to do until he goes back onto his forward-thinking sound. Even taking that context away though, I can barely call this a good project. I mean, is it a mini album or an EP? I'm not entirely sure, but either way, this wasn't really that good. I mean, first of all, the thing that stands out the most are the hooks. Like, even on a track like Outside, where the West Coast bounce, the flavorful beat, and Vince's charismatic flow across this entire track is so, like, bouncy, you know, like it makes you want to bop your head the whole time, but then as soon as you get to the hook, it just gets really redundant and repetitive and just has nothing of anything to it. I mean, even by just taking your head out of it and just, you know, finding some dumb fun to bounce along to, I could see where you'd get some enjoyment from, but that hook just gets so played out, and I'm just not really interested in what's going on in this track, which is a real shame because that beat was great. Same with Feels Like Summer. I thought this had a great beat to it as well. And actually, you know what? This track is easily the best one. I don't think there's a single moment on here that I would take away, despite the fact this track has Tyga on it. Tyga, and it's still really good. So it's probably one of the few times where the hook doesn't take away from the track, but it's just a shame that it doesn't consistently keep that way for the entirety of this 22 minutes. I mean, it's a pretty short runtime, but I can't help but feel like I'm ready to turn it off, like 5 tracks in. Probably making it out to be worse than it is actually, which I don't want to seem like I'm doing, but I'm just not really getting anything from this. It feels like any West Coast artist could have made this kind of sound, and I feel like West Coast music often has a bit of a redundancy to it, especially with how cheap a lot of the beats can often sound. But you can make a great beat, like on the first track, it just doesn't really keep up the whole way through. It ends up just being kind of Run the Bands, to me, is a song that I probably, you know, I wouldn't be able to pick it out as being a Vince Staples song if I didn't know it was. Like, obviously his vocals are very standout and he's got the same flow that you would recognize. But that hook, the run the bands, run the bands, run the bands, run the bands, like, it's like, man, this could have been anyone. It's just so basic. Like, I've never really seen Vince as a basic type of artist, even though I've never really loved his music. I've always seen a quality to him that I would take away and think, yeah, he's got this style that maybe another rapper doesn't have, and that's what separates him. But this little project here just makes me feel like I'm not getting anything fresh from him at all. I think the track Fun is a basic banger though. I mean, it kind of had to be if you're going to call it fun. If it wasn't at least groovy as hell, then he would have failed there, but it actually turned out to be pretty nice. I like the way he's flowing on here. It reminds me of a track like North North a little bit, maybe not as hard hitting with the beat, but he's kind of got that laid back casual flow that I do like from him, so probably why I relate that to that song, because they're kind of similar in that sense. This track doesn't really have like an annoying hook that takes me out of the track or makes me want to skip it, you know? I just feel like it's just a well-produced track. Vince sounds great on it, And yeah, that's as good as it can get on this little mini album, to be honest, I'd say. Tweaking though, seriously, this is just trash. Like, this is trashy. Early 2010s radio rap. I mean, honestly, this is like something Tiger would have done back in the early 2010s, which is ironic considering Vince would even bother collaborating with an artist like Tiger in the first place. Just that hook, man. Ah, yeah. You know, uh, I, I like his versatility in that he's willing to try as many different sounds as possible that most rappers wouldn't even bother, being that versatile, to be honest. But yeah, this is just a no-no. This is not his style at all. This is some trashy strip club anthem, to be honest. A little random skit as well, that comes towards the end of the album. If it's supposed to be funny, it went way over my head because I just was like, what is this even here for? Also, that Earl Sweatshirt little interlude, yeah, whatever. But yeah, overall, I mean, it's not really bad, but there are bad moments. Like, the tracks I haven't mentioned just kind of blow by and leave no impact. Like, this is not really a sound that he should be going for. It's not in his wheelhouse, I don't think. Really hoping that this doesn't carry over to his next full album. Like, I think that could really hinder the sound completely. But yeah, Vince just isn't really showing me anything on this album. Even lyrically, I'm barely getting anything from the guy. He's charismatic as ever. He's flowing great. But the songs, the individual songs just don't sound that good. I think this is an EP though, so I generally don't rate EPs, as you already know. So just take my word for this and say that this is skippable Vince, not really essential to his music right now, I wouldn't say, but let's see where he takes it from here. I would like him to try pushing a bit more of a unique sound on his next project. I'll take Feels Like Summer and Fun, but yeah, this is not really that good overall, but let me know your thoughts if you think it's a lot better than I did. Subscribe to the channel for more reviews. Have a good day. Goodbye.